Chuck's just looking at his list. Yeah, you've got 5, but we're going to have an extended conversation. We didn't have a Tech Tuesday last week. I got quite a bit here. Welcome, guys. Good to see you tonight. We got some great looking cars to show off at the end of tonight's show. Those are called Your Beautiful Rides. Good to see you, man.
Good seeing you.
And we do have, I had to table, I don't know what it was this week. I had an onslaught of DCT oil change. We joke about it, but my goodness, if we're getting that, and they're all different scenarios. We'll give you a couple tonight and see if they apply to your situation so you understand how to maintain your car. That is probably one of the biggest questions that we get.
We get them regularly here too, but I've trained Scott to know what he's talking about, so usually we can straighten them out pretty quick.
Okay, fantastic. Well, it's good to see you. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much. Let's jump right into it. I'll quickly, though, I apologize, because we didn't have a Tech Tuesday last week. I was supposed to announce the winners of the Thanks Harlan hat. I gave you guys kind of an elementary contest, guess a number between 1 and 2025. A few of you guys, 1, 2, 3 of you guys, actually figured out what I was doing. There's a method to my madness. The secret word was centennial, and the number was 2012. The Centennial Edition that Harlan Charles designed. If you are a winner, we'll put a slide up here with all the guys that won hats. And the very first comment, put your email address so I can reach you directly to get your address. And thank you everybody for supporting us. And if you didn't get or didn't win a Thanks Harlan hat, you can buy them in multiple colors. There is a merchandise link also down below in the very first comment. All right, on with Tech Tuesday. Quite a conversation for you guys tonight.
All right, me first?
Yes, sir.
All right, this one comes from Don. It says, hello, Rick and Chuck. My radio sound on my 2024 C8 Stingray has lost sound. The manual says push the black volume button to change it from mute to normal volume. Just by pushing it, it's not working for me. Your valuable knowledge would be appreciated so I don't have to visit the dealership. Thank you, guys. I never miss Tech Tuesday. From New Mexico.
Yeah, from New Mexico. I think that's our customer, Don.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm waiting for you to answer the question. I know we didn't do one last week. That's how this goes. You read the question and then you answer it.
No, you told me I was going to read it. You was going to answer it because you thought he had something locked up in the radio.
Okay, so if the button thing is not working on the radio itself, try the button on your steering wheel. It's a mute button for your phone or for the radio. Also, too, look at and when you have the audio screen up on the main infotainment screen, look at your audio sources. Maybe all of a sudden you flipped over to your phone and you're on Bluetooth and the volume's not up and there's nothing playing on the phone, so that's why there's nothing coming through audible through the radio itself. So there's like a really small tab drop down and you can pick different things that you're actually accessing, AM, FM, XM, and your Bluetooth on your phone. So double check that first and play around with it a little bit and you should be good. Sometimes you can just turn the car off and restart it. Maybe it'll just kind of reset itself in that regard too. All right, thank you for that. Okay, so that means I'm next now after we
correct.
Answered yours. All right, and you actually helped me answer this question, so we have the answer for this gentleman who emailed us a long time ago from Australia. And I have a question why he's doing what he's doing for this, and maybe you can answer that. He goes, I had to remove my high wing spoiler for my 2025 Z06 to install another exhaust. Why are you removing the spoiler?
Probably get the bumper off.
Okay, so you have to take that off to get the whole bumper. Why don't you just take the bumper off?
It's like the other previous ZR1s that goes through the bumper.
Oh, that's right.
To get the bumper, you had to take the high wing off to get the bumper off.
Yep,
so.
Makes perfect sense. Okay, so as we continue, Rudy, I apologize. He goes, I bought 3 sets of torque bits and I still don't have the right one. Can you please provide me the information of the right size torque bit so I can remove this high wing spoiler from my Z06? You're right, it does require a special tool. Thank you to Chuck, we found that out. It is a T30 IPR. It's more like a security torque. As you can see, the pictures you're looking at now, it's got a hole in the center, so that's a security like it is on some license plate bolts. So you need that T30 IPR, and you should be in good shape, man.
Yep. All right, this one comes from Kurt. It says, hi, Rick and Chuck. Want to start by saying thank you guys for all the support and effort you guys put into the Corvette community. I just bought a 2025 E-Ray. What little I've driven it so far is great. Charging question. I know it has a quick charge button. Do you have to have that on all or most of the time, or does it charge some also without the button on? I'm assuming just normal driving, it will stay charged on its own or not. If more spirited driving is done, then you leave the button on. What is correct? Thanks again.
Yeah, you don't have to leave that button on. That button is designed to quick charge it if you are driving it more aggressively, hence the track type environment. That's really what that's for, because you're depleting the battery faster than it's charging, so the Charge Plus is really what that's for. So it's doing what it's supposed to be doing in normal driving, only use that in spirited driving situations. Right. Absolutely. Thanks for watching Tech Tuesday and sending that in. Email address is up on the screen there. If you've got a question for Tech Tuesday or have a beautiful ride, just give us your first name and the state that you're from. Here's one of many DCT oil change questions. Okay, so 2025 Corvette. This person says, I've had my car 6 months and I have 7,191 miles on it. First of all, congratulations, you're driving the car.
Yeah.
Question is, my oil life is at 4%. My transmission filter is at 5%. Should I wait until 0% to change it? No, this is exactly what you're supposed to do. This is perfect. Is everybody listening? This is what you're supposed to be doing. Do you see the picture on the screen right now? This is perfect. You're right within the 7,000 to 8,000. You're below the 7,500. Your percentages are fine. You don't have to wait to 0%. Congratulations, you're doing it right. Enjoy your car. Thanks for watching the show. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So even when they got it right, there's still a question.
Sure.
I mean, this is you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. It's the first one.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for it to get to 0.
That's right.
This one comes from Dan and Shirley. It says, hi, Rick, I need your help. I have a 2012 Corvette Grand Sport with original tires on it. Yeah, not good. They're 13 years old now. That's considered unsafe by the manufacturer. Anyway, I've been searching for every year to get new tires, but the only ones that are available are from Michelin, and the tread pattern only covers half the wheel tread. I've called Goodyear. They said they are no longer producing that size. That was about a year ago. Okay, yeah, Goodyear lost the contract with General Motors in 14, I think you said?
Yeah, 2014, they switched over to Michelin because everybody was going in the previous generation as the tires would get like 10 to 15,000 miles. They got really, really hard. They got really, really loud, and people are just disenchanted with the performance and the longevity of Goodyear. You know, even though they've been on Corvette since 1978, they lost the contract and hence went to Michelin. But a lot of you folks in the C6 generation, you were changing your Goodyears out for Michelin. So yes, go to Michelin, go to the all seasons, a little bit softer compound, it's going to last longer, quieter on the road, feel more connected. You're going to love it. But yes, get those changed out, man, and enjoy your car right away.
Yeah, Michelin makes a summer-only tire that'll fit that car, but unless you're tracking it, I don't recommend it. I recommend the all-season, definitely.
Yeah, as a lot of folks put on alls. You do that all the time here.
Sure, absolutely.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching the channel. I appreciate that. Here's one from Daniel. Rick, he's, I don't know, we're from Canada. Rick, I'm subscribed to the channel. Thanks, and I watch all the time. I figured if anyone would know, you and Chuck would know. Stored my 2020 C8 for the winter, as I normally do, living in Canada. While the car was in storage, the fob is now not recognized. I did put the key fob in the cup holder. It still does not work. The fob is good. Both fobs will lock and unlock the car, pop the trunk and the front trunk. I can even start the car once with the fob. But once in the car, you press start, the stop button, and the brake applied, nothing happens. You can even unlock the door and turn the car off while it's running without using the key fob. The problem being, while in the car, the fob is not reading, so the instrumentation panel is not coming on. It remains locked. I thought this would be a great idea for Tech Tuesday. It sounds like it's probably not a fob problem. If the screens are blank, it goes back to what we talked about years ago, and I had this happen to my 21. Open the door with the car off and let the car go to sleep as long as you have power to the car. You know, that'll take about 10 minutes or so, up to 15. Make sure the lights are off inside on the floorboard, and then re-close the door and open it back up to just wake up all the computers and the modules. Make sure too, looking at this picture, that you're putting the key fob in the right cup holder, not the one closest to the back and the center console. Put it in the very first cup holder. That's where the device is underneath that'll read it. If in fact that the key fob had a dead battery. So you have to check those items first, but also too, make sure that the car itself, like you said, it's got power to it, but does it have full power to it? Many times we'll start the car and then it'll have you once start, and the next time you go to start it, it's click, 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 click. So the battery could be down itself on the car. But you know, so you got to have both entities actually working in unison together.
And you have to have enough pressure on the brake pedal for it to register.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. That's right. Yeah, you really do have to push on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so double check that. But if you say you're getting action with the key fob, so that's good. Make sure the car itself has enough juice, and then double check that cup holder, and hopefully that helps you out a little bit. And now we're out of winter. Get out there and drive and enjoy your car, man. Thanks for watching the channel.
All right, this one comes from Anthony. It says, always enjoy all your videos and Tech Tuesday. Here's my question. I have a 2022 HTC with 17,000 miles. I've kept up with the required maintenance. My problem is I have lived in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and now Delaware, and I have had the car serviced at different Chevy dealerships. I do not have all the receipts and would like to see if all the work that's been performed on my car. I went to my local dealer recently and asked if they could run the bin and view all the maintenance on the car. The technician stated they can only see the work that's been completed at their dealer and can't view any other work. I ran my Carfax. It did not show me much other than a few oil changes. Should any dealer be able to pull any of the maintenance records regardless of where they went or who performed the work?
That's a good question.
Not really. I mean, you can load in the VIN and see the warranty work that's been done, but if you go in the service workbench, you can kind of see what's been done, but you kind of have to decipher what has been done. It's not real clear, but it will give you a parts list, and from that you can figure out, like if it's had an old filter on it, it had an oil change done. If it had a DCT filter, it's had a DCT filter replaced. But
right.
There's really nothing in GM that will track your maintenance other than you might be able to figure it out in service workbench.
I pulled up a lot of trade-ins, and I use vehicle information or vehicle history rather, and I've seen some of the warranty work that's been done.
Sure, it'll show all the warranty work that's been done. But
okay.
As far as maintenance, like your second service or your second filter or something, anything, excuse me, anything that the customer pays for out of pocket won't show as a warranted repair.
I think you talked about that before. Customer pay stuff is going to be it's hard to document.
Right.
Okay.
But you can kind of figure it out through service workbench. The dealer can.
Okay. Cool. Thanks for watching the channel. I appreciate it. Here's just kind of a follow-up. I think you get a kick out of this one. This guy wrote us back in November. He had some kind of a parking pass up on the dash. It got stuck in the dash, and you talked about having to take the dash out. So Mike from Salt Lake City, Utah says, hey, I love the response back from last November. I thought I'd send you guys a follow-up and give you pretty much the idea of taking the dash apart was not something I wanted to do. Now, while I was driving my C8 and enjoying it in the Utah mountains, did a few quick accelerations, he goes, and all of a sudden on the floor was the parking pass. He's like, where did that come from? So he goes, I just thought I'd let you guys know. So if you get something stuck in the dash, just go out there and hammer on it a few times. Way to go, Mike. Appreciate that.
All right, this one comes from Tom. It says, hey, Rick and Chuck, thank you for all you do educate and entertain our Corvette community. My Tech Tuesday question is about, yes, the DCT transmission maintenance. Sorry. I have a 2020 HTC. I've had the DCT filter changed at 7,000 mile interval as recommended. Then I had the DCT filter fluid changed around the 3-year mark with around 21,000 miles.
Which is good, because regardless of miles, it's 3 years so perfect. Doing a good job so far.
Wait a minute. Then I had the DCT and the fluid changed at the 3-year mark. Okay, that you shouldn't have done that. At the 3-year mark, the only thing you had to do was the transmission fluid exchange.
Right.
But you did them both, and it had 21,000 miles on the car. The car has just passed the 22,500 mile mark, and I'm taking it shortly for an oil change. The maintenance warranty, to keep the maintenance and warranty to comply with the recent letter from Chevy, do I have to change the DCT filter again? It's only been 1,500 miles and about a year since the 3-year service was done. Thanks for sharing your perspective.
This is such a fine line, man.
Had you come and seen me, I'd have probably told you at the 3-year mark you just do the filter.
The fluid, rather?
The fluid, yes. I probably wouldn't have recommended that. I mean, he's here in Ohio, so I don't know if he did come and see us, and we just did it. Like I said, I'm not sure how he done.
Right.
But yeah, I would have, with only 1,500 miles difference, I mean, can Chevrolet object to it? Sure, if they want to. But
and Chuck is saying it's not a problem until it's a problem.
Sure.
So we just don't know how Chevy's going to view that.
Right.
You've done everything right. You've done your due diligence, but according to their stuff under normal driving, yes, it's the 7,500 that we talk about often.
Right.
And
that was good.
And that was very good. And the next interval is 22,500. So
you did it at 21. I mean,
I would probably just change it and just just to be safe. Change the DCT at this point.
I mean, if you really wanted to be safe, then yes, I would say change it again, like I said. But everybody needs to remember, at that 3-year mark, you're not worried about the DCT filter unless you're at the mileage. The only thing the 3-year mark signifies is the fluid exchange.
Right. And I did the 3-year service at 2 years, but only because all of my stuff lined up. The oil, the filter, and the transmission fluid. So I had you do it all because it really all needed to be done at that particular time.
Plus, you're doing more with your car. You're
Right.
doing low speed events, track events.
Right. That's correct. So I'm driving, and that's why I had to do it
Right.
at 2 years and not 3 years.
Correct.
You know, I was at 40,000 miles and all the percentages lined up, so I got lucky in that regard.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, all your questions vary on, like I said, there are a lot of variables. How you drive the car, you know, what you're doing with the car. So
Right.
there is no concrete answer.
Absolutely. And believe me, we had a stack like this for this week, just a couple we talked about today. Hopefully these scenarios help you guys. Last question that we get into your beautiful rides. Don't forget to check out that very first comment down below to see if you were a winner of a Thanks Harlan hat. We need your email address so we can get your address and get those out to you guys. There's also a merchandise link down there too. Appreciate that support very much, guys. Rick and Chuck, I got a 24 Z06 and I saw the new Chevy video. This is a good question. We get this a lot. New Chevy video for the 26 interior, and I was wondering, is there any way that software could be downloaded on my 2024 or 2025? It won't be backward compatible because everything has changed. It's not just software, there's hardware. We know for a fact that they've moved the radio module. It's no longer independent. It's integrated with other things for the 26. It's going to be very complicated. So no, unfortunately, it's a great question, but no, they're not going to allow that to happen. You're going to have to, they're going to say, darn, you got to buy another car. So that's kind of what they want you to do. But really, it's much more complicated than that. But thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for asking. I do appreciate that. I've got a detailed video. We missed it last week because I was in Bowling Green filming a video. We missed the very intro wave. Everybody's talked about the stuff. I want to get it on my channel because we're a retail entity, so we are going to talk in detail about 2026 and what happens now that information is out, so you guys know going forward, if in fact you want to get a 26, what you need to do. I appreciate those opportunities as well. We're done talking about cars. Let's show off some great looking cars.
Your beautiful ride.
Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, like, and comment. We'll talk to you soon.
Too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see hindsight is fleeting, when your heart's bleeding, and all you can see is red, till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then, or what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead, 'cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you again. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait, 'cause I was too young, and I didn't understand